waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning when it's 10 below zero, it's not easy, man. They come back, rest a little bit, go back to the gym, and then 5, 6 o'clock at night, you gotta go to the gym again, you know, or do some sprints in the cold weather. So you can only imagine how hard it is.
It's actually Funeraria Luz de Paz, which brings obviously a particular clientele, mainly because the name of the funeral home tends to give the feeling that it's catering to that clientele, although we have served a broad diversity of families.
And what do you see life for Evan Ayala after boxing?
Well, to be honest with you, man, the right numbers always get me in the ring. So, you know, I definitely have another, you know, me just kind of saying, oh, I just want to, I could say easily another 6 solid fights.
How much of a blessing it is to be in that environment with so much talent around you that you can learn from each other. I mean, how great is that?
It's a beautiful thing, especially around, you know, in that gym. To be honest with you, we more almost like family. Mm-hmm. We almost like we become family because we help one another, you know, and we train. And when once we get in that ring, we want to knock each other's head off.
That boxing is sacrifice. Any fighter, you hear any world champion, any champion, or just fighter in general, they always say, in order to be good, you have to sacrifice. That's one of the things we have to sacrifice is time.
When I do cheat, oh, I told you recently a few months ago, believe it or not, man, I had 6 meat chicken.
6 what?
6 meat chicken. I don't care, don't judge me.
Who is Allah?
Allah is the creator, Allah is God. There's 99 attributes that describe Allah. Allah is merciful, Allah is all wise, Allah is all knowing, Allah is all seeing, but Allah is not a human being.
You know, is once I was granted the pardon to wait 6 weeks because they still running background stuff on me. They got to be sure that we're going to take a guy, and just use the word, a criminal, and free him up.
Yep. How much does Bridgeport mean to you as an individual, as a person?
Bridgeport's home. I mean, whether I'm in the East Side or I'm in the East End or I'm in the Hollow or I go to Black Rock, everything that I see I could relate. I could have a direct correlation, whether from childhood to the current situation or the life that I lead today. It's a place where my kids grew up. It's a place where it gave me that educational opportunity, gave me my first paycheck, my first dollar. It's where I found my first girlfriend, by the way.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Facebook. Hello, family, friends, everyone.
Yeah.
Happy Tuesday.
What exactly goes down at the doghouse on a day-to-day basis?
they eat chickens at the doghouse.
I tell especially my younger guys, I'd be like, why we here? They all scream, chicken, fried chicken, oven chicken, whatever, raw chicken. We're lines up in here. What are we? We lines up in here, you know, and that's what you create, lines, and you know.
We heard a lot about the show, and we wanted to bring some class to it. So that's I better leave.
Created equal, you know. You're going to find variety in any field, but I think it's really important that if somebody's looking for a lawyer, talk to a number of lawyers, find out who you connect with, who you think is listening to you and who has your best interests in mind.
Or I should have ran an extra couple miles, or I should have, you know what I mean, hit the bag an extra round, or I should. You don't want to be. It's too late for all that. So you don't want to be in there second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't do that at all. I just I tunnel vision. It's just me and the opponent. I don't hit a crowd.
How I got into boxing, really, you know, when I met Delvin and my partner Fernelli Sr., who was training Delvin, and my first fight as a manager was ESPN2. You know what I mean? It was. Wow. We started at a very high level, and it's weird. I started at such a high level in terms of managing, and then, you know, I slowly dipped back down. And when the opportunity came to have a gym, I really wanted to do that. You know, because Danbury, we're the only, you know, boxing gym there, and
someone who can go up there and the very next day start working on things that'll promote the city and make things a lot better for all of us.
One thing, come back with the victory. We feeling good, feeling strong, you know. Been running every day. We've been doing different things, training, and you know, I'm feeling more comfortable since my pro debut. I feel more comfortable, and we got big things coming soon. You know, stay tuned.
Because you have to give them the correct information, and that's the most important thing. And being a woman of color, you have to ensure that you're giving people the correct information, because
to the stronghold of substance abuse and addiction.
Real with him, I as an amateur, so he knows me best.
Yeah,
Rosa knows me best, and he knows how to fix my mistakes. He can adapt to any fighter. There must be I think 10 pros in the gym, if I'm not mistaken. And he knows each and every one of us. He knows what he's doing.
Como un grano de mostaza, eso lo dice el Señor. Ten la fe como un grano de mostaza, eso lo dice el Señor. Tú dirías esa montaña, muévete, muévete. Tú dirías esa montaña, muévete, muévete. Esa montaña se moverá.
I grew up in a single parent home, and my mother tried to instill that in us. We are the first generation to live here from Puerto Rico. My mother was born in Puerto Rico, but we were not. But she instilled Puerto Rico in us.
Everybody where we're from in the city of Bridgeport, sometimes they get cloudy vision of how far can they go. So originally I knew I had the work ethic. I knew I had what it took, but I always had that how many get there. What's my bridge to that scene?
Yeah, by the way, I want to brag.
You used to play ball?
Oh, no.
Yeah?
I still play ball. I'm a
I
baller.
see. I can see it in the shoulders.
Yeah, I'm a ball player. I was a point guard. I went to college. I played college ball as well.
Really?
I was a basketball official. Yes, I was.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Well, you know, there's a lot of people see the trophies, they see the belts, but they don't see what happens in between. And oftentimes there's tons of practices, mat time, where people are working behind the scenes, you know, where there's not a lot of fanfare, there's not a lot of things going on. And that's really what makes a martial artist.
Yeah.
I think just, you know, like you said when you first met me, I think a lot of people think I'm very serious and very business oriented. You know, I like to have fun as well.
Taught me a few moves. You know, I wasn't a trained dancer, so I was terrified, didn't know what I was doing. And I decided, you know, let's go for it. So they taught me a few moves. The first show I did with them was at Goodwin Tech in New Britain, Connecticut.
Service, like tax services, the principles of business are exactly the same. You know, so we got to be mindful of all those things, but the principles of business are the same. So that's what we call transferable skills.
Greatest influence, I would say my grandmother Rosa. You know, she came into the United States, worked all her life, paid off her house, and she's retired now. I love you, Walla. I love both my grandmothers, you know, but it's just like, she was the most impactful one in my life as far as like, you know, she took me by the hand, said, open a, you know, savings account, save your money, work hard, you know what I mean? And, you know, today she's retired.
Happy with. I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. And so after, you know, delving deeper with my relationship with God, I got delivered. I've been set free, and, you know, I had to tell the story to let someone else who may be struggling like I did, let them know that freedom does exist, and it's open to you if you want to.
And they got Anthony Joshua, and they're starting to sign even more fighters. So it's you know, you're gonna get some good fights with that.
Martial art is to enhance spirit, soul, and body. So if you're a martial artist and you're killing yourself with weed or alcohol or drugs, well, that's not the essence of it. You know, that's like studying yoga and eating 20 times a day. It's ludicrous, you know? So martial arts is not only to learn how to defend against self, but also to learn to cross lines so that you can learn how to love and respect your enemy, so that maybe one day he could come to you for advice.
Not just words, but a total surrender to Jesus. And I wouldn't be here. I would be one of those stories of a kid who I always say to my dad, can you imagine you would have stayed in the nightclub business? I would have joined that type of a business. I would be, you know, baby mama filled and arrested filled and hate filled, and I wouldn't be the person I am today because of Jesus, because you decided to follow Jesus.